Our aging is not necessarily a chronological phenomenon. It is a phenomenon of the weight of pain we carry inside our soul, our heart, and our physical body. This is what ages us. I look at my photographs 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and to me I look older and I look harder. There was something very hard in my face, even in the photographs that to me then looked very good. I usually don't like how I turn out in photographs, but the ones that I felt and thought that were really good ones, I'm really surprised at the hardness of my chin, of my jaw, the pain in my eyes. I couldn't see it then. I wasn't very healthy physically. I was several times taken to the emergency room with internal bleeding. I almost died several times. Why was I bleeding internally? What was it that I couldn't stomach? The bleeding was very high up in the stomach, very close to my heart. I had answered these questions to myself, and I found a way to forgive myself first, and to forgive all the other ones that I felt I could not. Starting with Father and going down the line. And it didn't matter whether what they did was wrong or not. What mattered was how I experienced it and how I judged it and what I did with it, how I internalized it. And life was not happening. And even though to so many, my life in the past at the time looked like I had it all, it was a picture-perfect life, I never felt happy fully, and I always felt that I was missing something. And I did. The peace was not there. I want to come back a little bit to something I forgot to mention about forgiving yourself. About forgiving yourself for something you've done to others. Say you've asked forgiveness. Say you've said, I'm sorry, and that person or these people have forgiven you. They genuinely have. Unless you have forgiven yourself as well, you will not feel forgiven. You will not be able to let it in. You will always feel as if you have successfully manipulated them, and the pain will live on, and self-forgiveness will remain unattainable. There's something else I want to clarify. There are times where things that were done to us we find impossible to forgive. It's impossible for people to forgive what had been done to them. And I understand that. This doesn't mean that these people have to continue to live at the mercy of this pain. In the cases where we cannot forgive what was done to us, we can still forgive what I call the why of what was done to us, the reasons. If we are able to understand what must have happened to that person or people that made them capable of that level of cruelty, then we can forgive that part. Just as in the example of Jesus Christ that I used earlier. If we understand what happened, everyone will agree, people are not born monsters, but sometimes they turn into ones. If we can understand that and accept that and find compassion for that, then forgiving those reasons is all that is necessary. And then we forgive the quote-unquote why of what they did. In time, we may be able to forgive the what or not, but it won't matter because we will be free. And by forgiving, I simply mean we will be able to let go. This will recede and will eventually have no impact on our lives.